souls out there, and welcome to Celestial Court with me, your favorite Vicious Bruja, where spirit always tells the truth and lies will be held in contempt. We're here today with Angie. Angie's going to tell us a little bit about what's going on, tell us your story, and we're going to get to the bottom of it. Let's get into it. Hey, Angie.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good, Goddess. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me.
Oh, of course, no problem at all. So tell me a little bit about what's going on.
Okay. Um, well, life is kind of lifing right now.
Okay.
Um, I've been laid off for about a year, but I am currently in school. I got an ex popping up in my ear. It's just a lot. And I feel like I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if things are going to look up. I don't know what direction things are going.
Okay. And what direction are you trying to have things go? Like what's your solution? What type of outcome are you looking for today?
Okay, so I'm looking for positive change. I want to get a good job soon, not just any job, but a job that I could thrive in. And I want to kind of know, like, the ex, does he really love me or does he really care? Or if I should leave him alone.
Okay. So I'm gonna start with the X because we're gonna get that out the way before we get to what it is that you need to do. But let's go ahead and see about this X. Now, let me know about her today. Now, first of all, while I'm pulling these cards, what I can say from the jump is why are you entertaining this ex? Because I don't see that he puts in as much effort as he could or that he should to show you um, exactly what it is that you need to feel like he's a safe, stable, great choice for another chance.
Not you reading me like that. I got that message loud and clear this weekend, and it's crazy. You are my confirmation, but I literally got the message that I am allowing myself to be fed crumbs, and I deserve so much better. So I don't know. That's crazy that you said that. Yeah.
Yeah. Cause hold on, I'm still pulling cards, but I just have to get that little one question out the way. Let's see what else is here. Okay. All right. So the first thing I'm gonna say, I do see that there is love here. There is love. There is what I call potential, but I don't see the effort. Now, this is one thing that I'm glad I am seeing right now because sometimes us women and even men, we have to ask ourselves, well, is love enough? Is just because you love me, and we're not talking about in love, but just because you love me, is that enough for me to build a life with you? Is that enough for me to be stable with you, to create a foundation with you, to grow with you, to build with you? Because sometimes that's not all that it takes. Love, wonderful. We get along, we have fun, we kiki, and, we do all the fun things, but the effort, the intention, the building, the future, the stability, the foundation is not here. Um, that's not what I'm seeing here for you. I also see that, there are other parties, or in the past, maybe the reason why some things happened was because of other parties. Because I do see that kind of showing. So it's either something happened with another party and you found out about it, or something that you don't know about is going on with that party. And he's kind of like trying to fulfill every need. He can be a little energetically selfish. He can want more than what he's giving. Um, I don't like to see where women have to push for what they want. As far as effort to bring it out, I feel like it should naturally be there. I do see that he could be a little conniving, a little manipulative.
Mhm.
Manipulation is heavy here. And I just want to know, Angie, as beautiful as you are, why would you want that?
You want me to tell you the real reason, or you want me to lie?
I want you to tell me the real reason. No, lie to me. No, tell me the real reason.
Well, all right. So we had a real good connection. Um, the dick is good. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
The dick is good.
I gotta find it elsewhere, but it's so good.
Yeah.
And oh God, yeah, he was the first one to kind of break me in when I was young.
Uh-huh.
So that's what it is. The dick is good. It's good.
I can understand it. I can dig it. But that's not what, once we get
Mm,
older and we're trying to establish and we're trying to
I
build and
know.
grow, that's not what we need. So this is more of a question of what you want versus what you need. So do you want something that's unfulfilling and it's never going to be exactly what you want, but you get some good D? Or do you want something that's fulfilling all around and you get some good D?
Yeah. Okay. I would rather the second, I want the second version, where it's fulfilling all around with good D.
Exactly, because honestly, y'all do have a connection, but it's more of a fun connection of what I'm seeing. It's like he's not even really on your maturity level.
And he's older than me, which makes it crazy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He
He's
cannot,
older.
yeah, he can be very immature and emotionally immature. And sometimes, when you try to explain things or explain your feelings, it's like, oh, he doesn't understand it or understand why you feel the way that you do or what you're saying. But I feel like he does understand. He just doesn't want to.
He's being himself. I
Mm-hmm.
feel that too. I've been getting that. Now, do you also pick up on any gifts with me? Because I feel like I see it, I just can't, you know, I know it, I just am not going forward with what I know, what I feel, and that's not good. So do
Well,
you think?
a gift I do see just off the bat is intuition. You're the type
Mhm.
of person that you will do things that you know you're not supposed to. You'll feel it, you'll see it, you'll
Oh
hear
my
it. Yeah,
God. Mhm.
but you don't
Everything,
listen to
smell
it.
it.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
like you don't trust yourself, you don't trust your intuition, you don't trust your decision making, and you flip back and forth in your head like, oh, do this. Well, no, I'm not gonna do this. Well, I'm gonna do this. You really go back and forth a lot. You're very indecisive. Um,
Mhm.
but you'll have the answer. You'll dream the answer, you'll feel the answer, you'll
Mhm.
hear the answer, you'll get signs, and you still don't listen.
Oh my God, you are literally spanking me right now. I can't deal. Like this is too much. Like I know it, and oh my God. Oh my goodness. I'm loving this. Thank you so much
Of
like for the
course.
insight. It's just I know it and I'm bad. I feel it everything exactly what you said. See it, dream it. And I don't dream too often, but when I do dream, it's a warning, or
Uh-huh.
something coming and I just feel be like, you know what? Well maybe no. Stop.
Exactly. And also
Stop.
you're a water manifester, so you can manifest things in water. You can manifest things when it comes to like moving energy when it comes to water. So you're really good with water. So, tap into that to get yourself grounded, to get yourself, manifesting the way that you want to, try to like meditate in water or go to water or if you do, small little self rituals, do it with water
Okay.
because you're
And as you
heavily
said
watered.
that, I saw something where it said to, manifest by speaking into the water. And
Hmm.
I've been aiming to start that by actually speaking into the water before I drink it. So,
See, we're on the same path. See, you
yes,
already know.
yes.
What I tell you, you already be knowing. you know?
Uh-huh. And I love the water, and I like I'm in Jersey, so I'm in North Jersey, so the shore isn't too close, but every now and then I'm drawn to just go take my son, make it a day, go to the water, you know? So
Hmm.
thank you so much. Thank you. This is awesome and amazing.
Of course, of course. Okay, so I've heard everything that I need to hear. Now it's time to bring order to the celestial court and lay out the spiritual finding of facts. Now let's look into getting your life together. Let's see what's necessary. All right, so the first thing I see for you to get yourself in alignment and get your life together
Mm,
is more so of you. Um, okay, so Angie, you are a sweetheart. I'll say this, but sometimes, just sometimes, you pass judgment when you need to also be looking at your own judgment.
mm, mhm. Okay.
Why you say it like- Don't shoot the messenger. So you could be judgmental in some circumstances, in some situations.
Mm-hmm.
And those situations that you're judging, it's fine because we all, have our little ways and our quirks. But in your case, there's situations to where instead of you judging, you should take a look at yourself in that situation. Meaning that situation is coming upon you for you to judge so you can point that finger inward and look at what you're doing.
Internally. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. So that's a lot of energy, for you to shift around and move around just by doing that one thing. So like before you judge a situation, kind of look at how it applies to you, how it applies to your life, where it fits in. Why are you judging that situation? Because well, why is that situation being brung to you for you to, judge, so to speak? And how
Mhm.
can you fix it and apply it to yourself? Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Sometimes when I'm talking, I be wanting to shut my mouth like, girl, shut up. This is you. Shut up.
Right. Also, giving more energy to the wrong people than you give to yourself.
Oh
Um,
my God, please.
yeah,
Yeah, real bad.
that's a big one for you. You
Mm,
have to start giving yourself before you give others. Also, self-esteem. Sometimes you have a way of acting poised, like you have it together and you're on top of things, but inside you're not. But, I
mm,
get that to a certain extent, but sometimes you can overdo it just a little, you know?
mm,
So, kind of like more so not doing too much because you throw yourself off a balance because when you're acting like you have and portraying that you have and you know acting a certain way, so to speak, it kind of blocks you, from actually receiving. Now if you're doing it in a way of where you're claiming it and fake it till you make it, okay, that's one thing. But the way you're kind of doing it, that's not, it's kind of like flexing when you ain't got it. You don't need to be flexing and you ain't got it. Okay? Because that's telling the universe like, "Oh, okay, well she good. She don't need nothing else. She got it, right?"
Oh, now that's funny you say that. I try to think of the former where, I'm thinking as I'm manifesting.
Mhm.
Now, not being too flashy, but I just can't, I don't like to speak like not poor, but I feel like if I talk it's making things worse than what it is. So what you're saying is it's doing the opposite, you know?
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's more so of you, okay, you're trying to get it, so do that within. There's a lot of things that you do outwardly that you need to do
Hmm.
within. So all the outward energy that you're pushing, the outward energy that you're placing for
Mm-hmm.
others to see and for people around, you need to kind of reflect that back in.
Mm. Okay, this is a word.
Yes.
I'm
So
loving this. This is a word. This is a word.
well, I appreciate it. I do see you getting into alignment. I do feel like you'll take something from this because I'm looking here. I do see you in the future energy, actually receiving what it is that you need. But there are some things and situations and traits that you need to walk away from within yourself. You have to start being honest with yourself. You can't lie to yourself. And you're the type of person that you try to lie to yourself. And you're you. So why are we
Mhm.
doing that? You know?
Yeah.
You have to
Now, can you expand in terms of what now?
as far as like basically instead of pushing things back and acting like things don't bother you, instead of trying to like, just
Um,
smoosh over things like they don't
yeah,
hurt, instead of you
no.
trying to act like, oh, I'm good, you're
No, you're
not.
right. I'm not. Yeah. I've been doing that a lot more lately. Saying things when it bothers me at the moment because
Hmm.
I do internalize a lot. So I'll
Hmm.
keep it in and then I explode and then everybody's like, "What the hell happened? What is going on here?" You
Hmm.
know? So I have been trying to express that more lately, like expressing myself, just saying, "Look, I don't like this. XYZ, and we can go from there. We're it's not going to go up, but
Right.
if we want it to go up, we can make it go up. But we're not making it go up. I want to talk and just say how I feel, and I want people to be receptive. So, thank you for that. That's something I'm working on.
Okay, babes, it's celestial court judgment time. And spirit is also calling for you in order to get alignment to kind of like seclude yourself and kind of go into isolation. Everybody doesn't need to know what your next move is, what you're doing. Everybody doesn't need to know, certain things because sometimes they don't have the best intentions, or sometimes they don't
Mm,
wish the best for you, or sometimes they're
mm,
countering your manifestations with their own negative intentions.
yes.
So you need to kind of keep things, like I said, to yourself, move in silence, and don't
Mhm.
let, I know sometimes it's like in this reading, you have like this excited energy. You're like a ball of excited bubbles,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So if something happens, you're like, oh, this happened and this, and I'm excited
Yeah.
about this. You got to stop doing that because it's like when you do that, stuff falls through.
It blocked my blessings. But it's funny, everything you're literally saying is confirming what I've been feeling. My grandmother also, she passed away over 10 years ago, but she told me a long time ago, she said, "You talk too much."
Hmm.
And she said, "You blocking your blessings by talking too much. Shut up." And she said that 10 years ago. I still ain't got it, but I'm getting it.
Listen,
I'm
grandma
getting it.
said it. Grandma said it right.
My
That's
nana, yeah,
you
she
got to.
loved me. That's my girl.
You got to. You have to because that's what I see here. It's like, oh, you got money coming. Oh, now you don't. Oh, you got this coming. Oh, now you
Mhm,
don't. Oh, you have this, but now you don't. Oh, you need to walk away from this. So it's a lot of things that, you kind of have to get in order. So
mhm,
I feel like once you get those things in order, then everything will
mhm,
start moving forward. And
mhm,
I know it hurts because it's your personality, it's your energy. You like
mhm,
to be happy and say things. You like to, have that feeling of, you're doing good, but you're gonna have to search for
mhm,
that internally instead of seeking it externally. Because everybody is not in your corner, everybody is not gonna validate you, and everybody's not gonna be happy for you.
mhm. And you're not gonna push me to where I need to be. I gotta
Exactly.
push me.
You have to
Mhm.
push you,
Yeah.
and you have to figure out inside what it is that you need that is making you feel like, okay, this is why, kind of like a shadow work thing,
Mhm,
but definitely like doing that soul searching and kind of like shifting the dynamic, shifting the energy, just shifting around because like I said, you can manifest. You manifest very well, you know,
mhm.
but
Yeah.
is keeping the manifestations to yourself, being humble, being
Mhm,
gracious, showing gratitude, um being unbiased in certain situations, and looking at things differently, like basically shifting perspective. That's the best one. Shifting perspective.
Okay. Now, okay, before we hang up, I have one more question. Will I get a job soon?
All right.
That's what
Oh, you
I.
get a job soon. All right. So you will get a job soon,
Mhm,
but it's like here you want something specific. Um, there's a specific path that you're wanting to take with your life, and I feel like before you get on that direct path that you want, you have to do some of that work that I was talking about before. Just kind of clearing, cutting, moving around energy, clearing things out of the way.
mhm,
And also, just renewal. So I do see you getting something that is sustainable, but I don't feel
mhm.
like that's going to be where you want. And I do see you leaving there. But I do feel that if you do what we spoke of, you'll get exactly what it is that you're looking for. So does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
this has been very wonderful. I'm definitely gonna, be in touch and be on the site, booking other readings. But this has been, it's like you confirmed everything I've been feeling for the last few months. Every time I talk with a specific person, I get a certain download, and it's like I always doubt myself. And you're showing me that I'm my own worst enemy.
Yes.
I need to literally get out of self and push forward and stop doubting and literally do.
Exactly.
Literally
You
do.
have to take action for yourself. In your case, you are your own warrior, but you're killing your own soldiers, you
Mhm.
know? So you have to, change that dynamic. And you also
Okay.
have to let that tie go. Because he's popping up again, and I see that that's going to be a little hard for you. So I do suggest you kind of look into cutting that cord because you are heavily emotionally attached, whether you realize it or not. Um,
I
you're
feel
in,
like my body is attached to him, like it's like he's pulling me.
yeah,
Um, and also I felt like he was trying. Like I kind of dodged him a few months back, but I felt like he was going to intentionally try to get me pregnant just to make me be a part of his life. Like I
yeah, your
feel that
energy
real
is
bad.
tied. So I would suggest you, if you want to get with me to do a cord cutting, to
Mhm,
cut that cord, or if you, do them yourself, then you are welcome to do so. But I suggest that, because that energy is a blockage. It stifles your manifestation. You don't have clarity of mind, in that situation. And right now, your spirit is calling for clarity of mind for you to come
mhm.
full circle and for you to do the work that you need to do internally and don't have any distractions, because you get distracted easily. So I need.
Please. Yes, I do. Like a little what do you call that? Like a gerbil, a little thing
Uh-huh.
just
All
yeah,
right.
I do get distracted.
Yeah.
Oh, this is really, really good. Oh, thank you so much. This is unexpected.
You're
Um,
welcome.
I truly, truly enjoyed this, and I'm going to recommend you, and I'm also going to book further readings. So thank you so
I
much. Thank you for the
appreciate
insight.
it. And thank
Yeah.
you for letting me tap into your energy and to give you some clarity.
Oh, thank you again. You have a wonderful night,
You
goddess.
you too, baby. Thank you. Friends, Vicious Babes family, it's time to come to the realization that sometimes the D or the P is the blockage. And you gotta let it go. Is love enough? That's what you have to ask yourself. Are you able to be stable, happy, build a foundation? That's what you have to ask yourself. Are you being judgmental? Are you being an asshole? That's what you have to ask yourself. You have to start looking inwardly. Look at yourself. Look at your situations around you. Look at the things around you. When energy is stifled, things are going slow, things aren't moving in your direction, nothing will come through. Look at yourself first. Before you go thinking somebody threw something at you, before you go thinking somebody hexed you, before you go thinking somebody sent you evil eye, look at yourself first and do the inner work. Do the work that you need to clear your energy. Do you have connections that are unsavory energetically? Maybe. Get rid of them. Do you have people in your life that are unsavory? Maybe. Get rid of them. So you have to look at your surroundings, look at yourself, and a lot of things that'll work things out. Do your protection, do your cleansing. Everything is not always a burden. Everything's not always super heavy. Oh, it's a catastrophe. A lot of you can be real dramatic. But look at yourself. Do the work. Get your things moving. Get your manifestations going. Get everything in order. Get aligned. A lot of you don't take enough time to cleanse, align, set boundaries. Remove blockages, whether they be the D, the P, a person, or just some habits that you have, traits that you have. Remove those things. Get those roads open, get things flowing. And a lot of times, everything will work out just fine. That's all we have today for this episode of Celestial Court. I love y'all. See you next time. Okay, babes, so that's Celestial Court with me, Viciouz Bruja, and court is adjourned. Okay, babes, so that's Celestial Court with me, Viciouz Bruja, and court is adjourned.
Perfect. Okay, that's it. So we're just waiting for your 6 o'clock.
It's two 6 o'clocks.